So, what if I said you could make over $3,000 a month of extra cash without even working? Sounds interesting, right? After all, we are now amid all-time high inflation, and the talk of imminent recession is all over the news, blogs, and even YouTube. Long story short, you could really use that extra cash. So, in this video, I'll share 7 cash-flowing assets for passive income. More importantly, in the end, I'll tell you how you can keep earning 20 years down the line, and you really don't want to miss out on that. Keep watching. So, what are the 7 cash-flowing assets for passive income in 2022? Let's get into it. 1. Timberland. You might not know this, but you really can invest in timberland in the US. But even so, I must add that you have to do it in person because there's no specific fund or option to allow you to invest in it. That means you have to go out and buy your timber-growing land, pretty much as you would when buying normal land. That said, this form of investing is especially popular in Georgia, Alabama, and other areas in southern US, and it basically entails purchasing land for timber-growing purposes. Let me elaborate. For a start, you could purchase, say, 5 acres of land for growing timber. And after 5 years or so, when the trees are ready, you can have the trees on a portion of land that is cut down and sold for timber processing. I'm particularly into this because timber is always needed to build homes, create paper, and so on. Now, before we move on to the next asset, I must mention that timberland is an ideal cash flow asset if you already have some money put into it. 2. Car rental. Do you have a car or cars that you do not use often? If yes, you can start generating some cash flow from them through car rentals. And let me just tell you what it's all about. With this business, first you sign up on a car rental service, for example National Car Rental, Enterprise, and Hertz. When that is done and dusted, you can avail your car or cars to the service so that it can rent them out to customers. What I find particularly appealing about this mode of business is that you don't have to incur any upfront costs. Think GPS systems, entertainment systems, child safety seats, etc. 3. Dividend stocks. These are great for bringing in cash flow because they allow you to earn a percentage of the company's stock price annually and sometimes even quarterly. On your part, all you have to do is own their stock. The only issue with this is you have to invest a significant amount of money if you want to reap better rewards. Even so, that shouldn't discourage you because you can always invest a fixed amount of money in a specific dividend stock over time. That's right. It could be $10, $50, $100, or anything else, but you need to invest it at a constant interval, say monthly or bi-weekly. And where can you purchase these dividend stocks? Well, you can buy dividend stocks on brokerage platforms such as Robinhood, Webull, Fidelity, Vanguard, and the sorts. And while we're on this, some great examples of dividend stocks include Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble. Now, with any other investment, I advise that you read and understand all the fine print before purchasing, and watch our How to Make Money with Dividends by clicking on the I button to learn more. Okay, let's get back to the next. 4. Hard money lending. Hard money lending is simply loaning money to someone, say a friend or a sibling, who can't get it from a bank because of issues like bad credit or long approval durations. But here's the thing, since you're in business, you really want to ascertain that whoever you loan the money to can pay it back in time and with the agreed upon interest on top. That means only lending money to people who earn an income and can honor your agreement. It's basically about creating a risk profile and finding someone with the least risk of default. Yes, pretty much like a bank. Before we go on, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. 5. Parking lots. Just look outside. So many cars, right? Some parked, some moving. But we're all about the former here. See, car parking lots will always be needed no matter the occasion. And once you hear that drivers spend more than $3,000 yearly on parking-related expenses, you can start to see why this is an excellent opportunity for you to bring in some cash flow passively. So, how do you get started? Well, for one, you need to have a commercial property in a city, some land near an airport, or even a driveway in a busy area. And just so we are on the same page, a typical parking space is 8 to 10 feet, 2.4 by 3 meters wide, so you can calculate how many cars you can park in your space. This way, you can determine whether this is a viable passive income activity for you. 6. Royalties. You might be surprised, but some of the biggest tunes you've heard from your favorite artist might actually not be their property anymore. Remember the Kesha and Dr. Luke saga, where the latter accused the singer of owing him $1.3 million in royalties? But we're not about to go to court here. Here's the thing, you can purchase royalties for many things, including music, books, intellectual property, and much more. Now, as these things continue to bring money, even after breakups many years later, for example, Destiny's Child split, you still earn your royalties as an investor in the project. 7. Purchasing small business. Yes, this is another excellent way to generate passive cash flow in 2022, and let me just tell you what it's all about. So, the idea is to find some small business you can afford to invest in, maybe even work on them a little bit before letting them run on their own. And where do you start? Well, there are various websites where you can find listings of businesses on sale. A good example is Flippa, a platform for buying and selling online businesses, websites, domains, or apps. As we speak, it's one of the most popular marketplaces for selecting the most suitable businesses to buy and sell. Of course, there are other online places to do this, including Shopify Exchange, Empire Flippers, and Side Projectors, to mention a few. Now, remember, there are all kinds of businesses you can buy: e-commerce stores, web design stores, software services, and much more. For this reason, you want to try and narrow down on something you have excellent knowledge of to ensure you're not running blind. Once this is out of the way, you need to think of ways of scaling your business further to boost profitability. This could be anything like hiring better staff, introducing new products, improving existing products, and so on. When everything is settled and good, you can opt to keep earning your passive income from the business or even sell it at a profit, considering all the work you've since put into it. But all that said, one question begs, is it right for you? Well, I think this is an excellent idea if you have a decent amount of money, say $1,000 to $5,000, adequate knowledge of a specific line of business, and have time to work on a company until it starts working for you. Now, what's your favorite cash flowing asset for passive income? Let me know in the comments section below. While at it, subscribe and like the video if you like our hard work. Don't forget to turn on notifications and watch our next video. In the meantime, feel free to check my other videos. Bye!